Okay, so this is how I actually transplant from soil or any grow medium into hydroponics. First thing you got to do is actually loosen up the plant in the pot and take it out. You can see here that there's it's root bound. Basically, you can see the roots wrapping around and trying to find new soil to grow in or grow medium. And so what you do is you just actually put it in a tub like this. I have the aerator and the bubbler running just because in this case I'm going to have to soak it for a little while, maybe 30 minutes before I can start breaking up the grow medium. And so if you're gonna leave it in water or anything like that for a while, you definitely want to have it aerated, just to get the roots some oxygen. So okay, so this is what I do. If it's really dense, the grow medium's really dense, and just kind of break it up a little. Yeah, you're gonna get some root damage, but it's not gonna be too bad. I've done this a bunch of times, and the plant definitely bounces back. So you could just use this to prod loose some of the roots and some of the grow medium, and then just go back to soaking it again. Okay, and then here's here's what it looks like when the roots are all separated from the grow medium, and it's ready to be potted and placed into the hydro system. Okay, so this is just a real simple setup that I use. I just take like a party cup. I cut some slots in the bottom for the water and things like the roots to go through. Fill the bottom with some hydroton, which is just basically clay balls. And you take the plant, the roots, put it just put it inside the cup on top of the hydroton. Try to get it to balance as best as you can. I'm doing this with one hand, so obviously it's a little easier with two hands. So you put some hydroton in there. You just kind of help it to play and stay in place. Actually, that's what these hydroton balls do. It's actually it's kind of a base for the plant to grow in. You could grow it in if you have a container that it's pretty holds the roots well. You probably don't even need the hydroton, but I've always just used the hydroton kind of to keep the plant sturdy. And so just continue filling it up until you kind of top off you cover up all the roots. The roots, they don't like a whole lot of light, so you want to put enough hydroton on top. Just to totally cover up all the roots. Okay, and that's it. It's ready to go into the tub thing. So you can see all the soil in the back there that came off. Okay, very simple. So next all you need to do is just I just create my own hydro container thing here. I'll explain a little bit more about that, but basically you just put it in there, and I will get this back into under the lights in my grow box. Okay, so now you can see back to my trusty old grow box here. Got the basil in the box, and it's looking pretty good, especially after all of that whole transplanting process. But I've done this a bunch of times, and I never came across any major issues. Sometimes the plant would wilt a little, but then definitely bounces back in a few hours to a couple of days. Yeah, so anyway, by the way, this system here is very simple. You can see the pump running. As you've seen earlier, this is just one of those, a cheap party cup that cut the bottom out of it to let some of the water in, and filled it with hydroton. And so within a few days, the roots from this herb will start to penetrate through the hydroton into into the nutrient solution below. And basically, let me see if I can pull this up and show you. Take this out. You could see there you have the air pump in the bottom this is just an old I think it was some type of a protein shake container or something like that. So I got a whole bunch of containers I always keep, just because I like to make these little hydro systems out of it. But you can see how simple it is. Just kind of run the air tube through it into the solution, and get some good aeration in the water, and that's it. So also you want to make sure that this container, there's a minimal amount of light that comes through, because these plants and these herbs, the roots, when they hit the water solution here, they don't like a lot of light. Obviously the roots need to be in a dark area, just like it would be in soil or in a natural environment. So that's why you see the tape and everything. I normally just spray paint everything black, but I just had some tape lying around, so I used it to tape up this. Probably have to spray the edges, but so far this container's been, I've done a couple of grows in them, and it does pretty well. Obviously, the bigger the plant you have, the bigger the containers you want. And so I'll show you a couple of other containers that I use later on. But anyway, that's how that's how I transplant any plants or herbs out of soil or out of any type of growing medium, and I transplant them and move them into a hydro system.